Right, let's talk about the male loneliness epidemic. So I've been having this kind of thrown in my face quite a bit, and so figured I should probably say something about this. Now, first, let me give you a little bit of background on myself here, because this one is going to be, more specifically geared towards the dudes, and I know, like, a lot of dudes are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know how much it sucks, blah, 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 blah. Well, first and foremost, with what I do, about 80 to 90% of all the readings that I do are going to be love and relationship based. So, while I don't propose to be an expert, I can say that I can speak from some sort of experience. That and, like, dudes, like, I'm kind of in the same boat right now. Right now, I am lonely and it sucks. Kind of had a sober realization the other day, and the fact that I am currently in the middle of the longest dry spell that I've had in my adult life. Now, I'm not going to bemoan this too much because, in the past, I may have chased after whatever shiny object presented itself, but now I'm coming from a place of knowing my boundaries a little bit better, knowing what I will and will not put up with, and also trying to improve myself and become more the kind of partner that I'd want to have, rather than just kind of throwing it out there at anybody that's willing to catch it. So yeah, when you're done playing stupid games, it does mean you're going to have to wait a little longer in order to be able to find the real deal. But hey, being lonely in that regard, it's better than putting yourself in dumb, dangerous situations trying to get a piece, or wasting time and energy on situationships that go nowhere, or worse than that, spending years of your life with the wrong person, winding up kind of where I'm at right now, renting a room from some friends and being unemployed and just trying to rebuild your goddamn life. But there's a few things here that I think, dudes cling on to and, trying to prove their point with the male loneliness epidemic. The first thing is going to be the fact that, on the dating apps or just social media or just out on the street in general, women tend to get all of this crazy male attention coming to them, where dudes, realistically, most dudes, all you have to do in order to get them interested in you is just give them a little bit of a compliment. But dudes, let's say that the tables suddenly switch. Just, overnight, all of a sudden, you're incredibly popular, your inbox is blowing up. Everywhere you go, there's somebody who's trying to, get in your pants. Now, as a dude, you might think that this is cool to begin with, until you realize the more that you're entertaining this, the more that you're putting yourself in some very dangerous, very scary, very life-threatening situations just about any time that you entertain anything. And even if, all they want is sex, and you're like, okay, cool, let me entertain this. It's still, you go through all the hoops to set everything up, and, to waste your time and clear your schedule and everything, and they're just not good at it, and you just feel gross and used. Or, you do actually want to date, you do want a relationship, and a lot of these people are I'm serious, I want to date, I want to have a relationship. And you have all of these options, but no matter which one you pick, it's going to be the wrong one. And everybody is coming in here with all kinds of trauma, drama, and unresolved issues, and they're ultimately looking at you to be the thing that's going to save them. Now, I think, as dudes, normally when you get into a relationship, you can wind up in that sort of a situation, especially if you have, nice guy or white knight kind of tendencies. But, the big difference there is just say that you have options, but you kind of feel like there's this curse that no matter what you pick, it's going to be the wrong choice. So you want to know how to crack the code? Because I can tell you, because I've cracked the code. Problem is that in, cracking the code, it's just that it requires a lot of fucking patience, and it requires a lot of you being willing to do the goddamn work. Because that's part of where I'm at right now, is that, it comes down to the notion of I don't chase, I attract. And in order to be able to attract the kind of partner that I'd really want, I got to put in some work on myself here. I got to become the kind of person that I would want to be with. So I can tell you in my own experience, every serious relationship that I've been in came when I was not seriously looking. And this is part of it. It's, if you want to find the right person, you need to stop looking. Put the dating apps away. And because what happens there is that when you're in a situation where you're just working on yourself, when you're just trying to fall in love with life, focus on the things that you're passionate about, like, you're actually doing awesome things. It's like, you got shit to talk about. You're not boring. You're not just a dude with a profile picture that's his truck and all of his pictures are him holding fish. But it allows you to be able to connect with people on a more authentic level, because you're not going in there with any kind of expectations. And the more that you just get into different rooms with different people and are able to just to have genuine, authentic conversations and connection, the more likely that something genuine will actually spark from that. See, but for women, the way that it works is typically this. Like, she wants to find a man. Usually, like, her best options are not going to be amongst all of the dudes that are flooding her inbox. Where she tends to have her best luck is when she sits down and she figures out exactly what it is that she wants, when she knows her boundaries, when she knows her worth, and then making those random connections, going places without any expectations or things like that. When she sees, okay, that's the dude. Now, the women aren't excluded from being able to experience rejection, though. That is one statistic that I saw somewhere. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it says if you're a reasonably attractive woman, then you've got an 80% success rate if you're going to be the one who's, making that initiative. It's like you find a dude that, actually is a man of value, and you go up and say all right, you're cool, want a date? And 80% chance he'll be like, yeah, okay. But yes, there is a loneliness epidemic, but it is not exclusive to men, because I can't tell you how many insanely gorgeous women that I know or that I have met that are incredibly lonely, that have nothing but horrible luck when it comes to dating, and a lot of them at this stage have just kind of opted out. And a lot of dudes have opted out as well. But the funny thing is about the way that the universe works is that it's the ones who've opted out that wind accidentally finding the one. Because the real key to finding one, or at least, I haven't found my one yet, but I've at least found people that I've been able to spend a few years with anyway. And I think part of it is, it's at this stage, becoming a little bit, more discriminating as far as who I will or will not fuck with. That might help my particular situation, but in the end, the key is do not chase, attract. Get yourself in alignment, become the kind of person that you would want to have as a partner. And then just don't be boring. Just focus on your passions and focus on community. Focus on getting out there and socializing. And then you might be surprised as far as what kind of options start coming your way. So that would be the advice that I would give to you guys. But yeah, any of you that are just sitting here complaining about the male loneliness epidemic, on the other hand, you're just, there's a few things to be said there about, the law of attraction, and the more that you focus on a problem, the more that you attract more of the problem. So that's what I have to say on the matter. So peace.